On this special episode of SI Weekly, what if one PC could encompass everything? Value, performance, and reliability. We're going to talk about that in this episode of System Integrators Weekly.
Let's go, nerds!
Hello, everyone. I'm Brea Thorne. Welcome to System Integrators Weekly. And this is going to be actually a fairly brief one because I wanted to talk about a special PC coming out from a pretty big favorite of the community, Alexander PCs. And we're going to do that after I let you know this video is sponsored by VIP CDK Deals.
The best place to go when you want to get yourself an OEM Windows license to get rid of that annoying watermark and unlock all the customization Windows has to offer. So instead of paying well over $100 for a retail version of Windows, you can get an OEM key for a fraction of the price. Plus, you can use my code BRE25 to get a nice fat discount off of the already discounted price. Keep in mind that this is an OEM key that gets attached to this system and cannot be used with another one or if you change your hardware. Make sure you get the right key for your operating system. For more information on how to use CDK Deals, click the link in the description saying here's how it works, and I'll walk you through the whole thing. Thank you, CDK Deals, for continuing to support the channel.
Now, before we get into it, a few disclaimers. This video is being filmed for Monday, the 7th of October, 2024. Any pricing and availability that you see here is likely to change, though we are just looking at one PC. The next one is you're going to hear opinions sprinkled in with the facts. That's how that kind of goes. I talk about what I see. If you disagree, that's totally fine. Please do so politely, if you will, in the comments below or in the Discord. We have a tech discussion channel in our Discord, which is linked in the description below. Check that out. Next, this is not financial advice. There would be no way for me to make any kind of direct recommendation to you as an individual viewer. These videos are not meant to be that. And I'm not telling you exactly how to spend your money. If you want something a little closer to that kind of thing, you can come to the streams every Tuesday and Thursday at around 8 p.m. Central, right here on YouTube, and of course also on twitch.tv/BreaThorne, where I stream live and I help people one-on-one. Also, I stream on Sundays too, but I'm just gaming during those, and those are only on Twitch, but that's just fun. Anyway, the last thing is, for those of you who are really sure you want to get it pre-built, you are in the right place because that is exactly what we cover, and we're really happy to be the gateway to you getting into PC gaming. Now, for those of you who are on the fence, whether you want to go pre-built or DIY, I would actually encourage you to give it a shot going DIY. If you feel comfortable enough doing that, there's a ton of guides out there, and you can save money that way. It can often end up being cheaper that way. So if that's something you want to do, then go for it. This PC might be an exception to that though. Anyway, let's get into it. So what is it exactly this video about one PC is about? Well, let's talk really quick about high volume sellers versus boutique builders when it comes to PC building companies. High volume sellers can usually sell things at a lower price. They're selling more of those things, so they can have a lower profit margin and still remain viable. That's economics. That's how that works. Whereas boutique builders sell fewer units per month, per year, whatever, and they generally will put more time into each one, yet it usually costs you a bit more to have that boutique experience, the attention to detail in the builds, having one person do the build from start to finish, direct customer support rather than having to go through beep, boop, beep, pressing buttons to get through a helpline or whatever. That kind of stuff is what you get with a boutique build. And in the case of Alexander PCs here, you're getting also pretty much what must be the best warranty in the business, which is the lifetime warranty from Alexander PCs. And even when they're questioned about it, because people have looked at it and said, I read the fine prints and your fine print has fine print in it, because it's the fine print. Guess what? Every warranty out there has fine print. What matters is how they actually handle warranty issues. And there's a reason that in the SI testimonials group of channels in the Discord, and in particular in the Alexander PCs channel, for SI testimonials, it's 100% positive. And there's not just a few of them. There are a ton of them in there. That's part of our Discord, where you can go and see what other community members have said about the PCs they directly bought. So you're getting first-person reporting there. I encourage you to go check it out, because then you can see what happens whenever there's maybe an issue when someone gets their brand new PC. And if you've bought a PC from any SI and you're part of our community, I highly recommend and requests, honestly, that you fill out an SI testimonial for whatever SI that was, whether it's good or bad. We need to know. Other consumers are going to want to know, and you actually have very helpful and valuable information that you can provide there. So if this channel helped you, or if our community helped you, help it back by sharing your experience. The thing about it is, boutique builds are usually reserved for higher end PCs. That's pretty normal and pretty well known and well accepted. However, Alexander PCs has made some strides in pushing towards getting their quality PCs into the hands of budget buyers too. Now, can they do the, $699 or whatever 1080p gaming machine? Not really. That's usually high volume sellers that also are aiming at budget builds. And the thing about those kinds of builds is that they're going to do the job usually, but for those who care more about what all the other components are, like what else is in there, am I getting the worst motherboard possible, the worst power supply possible in order to get this CPU and GPU that I'm getting? And honestly, a lot of the time you absolutely are getting the cheapest components possible in every regard except for CPU and GPU. Well, not so here. And what Alexander PCs has managed to do as a smaller boutique builder, they have managed to put together a system called the Hero. And we're going to check that out here in just a bit. So let's take a look at the site. So this is Alexander PCs. If you've been watching the channel for a while and you still haven't made a decision yet, and you've probably seen this come up quite a few times. And you know what this looks like. And recently, you've seen me using things like the Ryzen configuration tools to build an AMD-based PC. However, we're going to be taking a look here, and you'll see something under our models, which you can sort of scroll through these. Taking a look through these and seeing which one appeals to you the most, that fits within your budget. Instead, there's one here that says the Hero Limited Edition. Now, this is only about $20 more than the Auxilia. And the Auxilia has been around for a while. The Auxilia is their budget build that is also a boutique build, where you're getting things like, you're getting free cable extensions in the color of your choice. You're getting that lifetime warranty. Shipping is included in this $998 price. And it is, it's going to have the 16 gigs of RAM with an RX 6600 GPU, and the CPU that comes in as default is going to be either the 12100F or the Ryzen 5 5500. So this is a budget build through and through. So what happens when they have a PC for $998 that already comes with a 4060? Now, to be clear, all right, just calm down in the comments already. Like, I know I asked you guys to comment if you disagree with something. Remember that we are looking at a boutique builder, okay? That means that it is by default going to be more expensive, and there are benefits to that. You get benefits from this. You get shipping. Shipping is included in the price, although I know a lot of the high volume sellers do free shipping. A lot of boutique builders can't necessarily do that. Some do, some don't. And also the lifetime warranty. Now, there are very few SIs that do the lifetime warranty, and I can't vouch for all of them because I haven't heard reporting back from it on all of them. But with Alexander PCs, I've heard them back this up. And I happen to know that TJ, the owner of Alexander PCs, really puts his all into that lifetime warranty and truly wants it to be exactly what it sounds like. And looking through these pictures, you can tell, let's just look at this build being filmed right here. In this case, it looks like you're going to have to twist your GPU power cable no matter what, but yeah. And of course your 8-pin EPS, all of that looking good. The thing about this is that they made it upgradable. So you're not stuck with just the 4060, the 1TB Kingston NV2, and the 32 gigs of Kingston Fury Beast DDR5 5200. You're stuck with 32 gigs, which is totally fine for this, but it goes up to DDR5 6400. And you can see as you change these, the price, if Cuddles will highlight that, the price is changing. So it actually just costs you about $30 to go up to DDR5 6000 if you want to have the faster RAM. So the choices for GPU are going to be the 4060, the 4060 Ti, the 4070, or the 4070 Super. One thing I'm curious about is the price difference between the 4070 upgrade and the 4070 Super upgrade. 4070 upgrade brings it up to $1318. That is a much more expensive GPU, and the 4070 Super is more expensive than the 4060. And the 4070 Super is $70 more. So what's the difference in performance there? Well, let me show you here. I'm going to go to my buddy Zach's build help forum. This is on ZTT, zachstechturf.com. And he has this GPU comparison chart. If you're going for a 4070 or the 4070 Super, I'm going to recommend a 1440p monitor. And this is what you're looking at in difference of performance. Here's the 4070 and there's the 4070 Super. Now, why is that significant? Well, let's compare it to the other Super cards. This is your 4070 Ti Super versus the 4070 Ti. That's a much smaller gap between those two. And when you look at the 4080 and 4080 Super, there's almost no gap at all. But the performance increase from the 4070 to the 4070 Super is substantial. It's like the performance increase between the 7700 XT and the 7800 XT from AMD. So for $70, you can have yourself up here in 1440p Ultra settings. This is across a lot of games, as Tom's Hardware tested it. You could be in the 110 FPS range on average, just like that. Now you might be thinking, well, what about the CPU? Doesn't that have a part to play? Actually, as you go up in resolution, the reliance upon the CPU, it becomes more, GPU bottleneck, GPU centric, I should say. I don't like to throw around the word bottleneck because people are doing that too much these days. So the ultimate GPU you can put in here is the 4070 Super. Now, does that sound like, wait, that went up to 1388? Well, think about it this way. You now have a lifetime warranted PC shipped to you with a 4070 Super that can play 1440p games incredibly well for the price of $1388. That is not bad at all. The last option that you can upgrade here is going to be the storage. You can get the Kingston 1TB NV2 or the 2TB NV2. These are PCIe Gen 4, though they're at the end, kind of entry-level PCIe Gen 4. Then you have the 1TB Kingston NV3 or 2TB Kingston NV3. I have not actually personally looked at the Kingston NV3, and I'd very much like to. Now, these are, at least the NV2 is a DRAM-less drive, but I've seen some very good performance out of it, even on HMB. It's doing quite well. So this is part of getting you that budget price. Let's put it back to the 4060 of $998 shipped with the lifetime warranty. I can't even, like, this with the 4060 starting is really, really good. And I honestly feel like the 4060 was maligned a bit too much, mostly because of its initial pricing, which has gone down, which is part of what's allowed this to happen, which is great. And I'm glad that Alexander PCs pounced on that and decided to make a boutique build, but on the budget end, but even more powerful than their Auxilia. But what are the rest of the specs? Because we've only seen 3, and it's only because they're up here. So if we scroll down, we'll see the specs right here. And you're going to see that it's going to have a 13400F, a Vetru V5 cooler, which you've seen plenty of videos on. It's a very solid cooler. And for a 13400F, that should be more than adequate. It's got the Asus Prime B760M. This is an MATX case. Okay, with AX Wi-Fi. The case, the chassis is a Vetru M05, and I'm thinking that M stands for MATX. But I do have to say, aesthetics-wise, it's looking really nice. Tons of mesh for great airflow, but not just a standard. You got this bar going across there to maybe support the mesh. I don't know. It looks pretty nice though. They add the case fans, 4 120mm PWM ARGB fans. Thank you for specifying both PWM and ARGB, because I've seen budget cases come with fans where it does have lights, but you can't change them. You have to swap the fans for that. And I've seen cases that come with fans that are not PWM. They're just at a fixed RPM and they're just screaming all the time. Power supply, 650 watt, 80 plus gold rated. Now, I don't know what the power supply is here. I'm gonna have to ask TJ. It is probably too early for that right now. But yeah, this right here, this model, as they say here, is gonna go away after the 2024 holiday season. No discounts are applicable to this item for those of you who were ready to throw out code Thorn to get $50 off. Unfortunately, that does not count towards this right here. When variants are sold out, they will not be restocked. This is first come, first served, and when we're out, we're out. That's it. Let's continue to finish this off. Let's look at the rest of these. Motherboard includes Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.3. The memory is RGB memory. It's the that Kingston Fury Beast RGB. That is not just going to be bargain bin RAM. That's very good memory. And you get Windows 11 Pro activated on there. Lifetime parts and service coverage for this, which is that value cannot be overstated. It cannot. Okay, so this is how they promise your system will arrive to you. Okay, fully assembled with Windows installed, activated, and updated. So you're going to have the latest version. Memory will be overclocked, so you will have your XMP or Expo, depending on if you have AMD or Intel-based system. BIOS and drivers updated and optimized. So if you're concerned about 13th gen with the microcode, this will have the latest microcode, but also you're looking at 65 watt CPU, so it should be okay. Although that is still part of the list, it's not a K SKU, so it's not as likely to be off to the races anyway, but also you have the latest microcode update, so it should last you a long time. And of course you have a lifetime warranty, so you really got nothing to worry about there. Arctic MX6 thermal paste, never the stock thermal paste, and ready to unbox, plug in, install your games, and play. The thing about it is, TJ told me about this, messaged me, told me about this a little while back, that this was a mission. He was going to try to manage this. And when he was able to do it, he texted me very excited, like, I did it, we did it. And I get that. I get it. That's hard for a boutique builder to be able to put something together like this, where, you know, you actually have, now, usually you don't see them using the Asus Prime motherboards, but this was part of the deal. And I will say, Asus has improved upon some of the features of their Prime boards from the past, and you don't need a crazy motherboard for this thing. You're not putting in a 14900K in here. This is an appropriate motherboard for this. B760M, you have the Wi-Fi, you have the Bluetooth, it's got all the stuff that you need. And you have so many options here for upgrading that if you go over the 1000 a little bit, just to put in a 2 terabyte drive, there you go, 1068, now it has a 2 terabyte PCIe Gen 4 drive. Even just the RAM upgrade to DDR5 6000 brings it still to under $1,100. Faster memory, 2 terabytes of storage, 4060, 13400F, which is a great gaming CPU, by the way. 6 performance cores, 4 efficiency cores. So you got a 10-core CPU in this thing, man. Like, it's bananas. This is really, really good. The only problem I got with this is that they took pictures without putting the right color of cables in there. It should have been purple, whatever. This isn't my PC. I can't say that. It's just an opinion thing, but it just would have improved things. I don't ask for much. Whatever. Anyways, I think this thing is an awesome deal. And really, why even listen to me on this? Don't even pay. Just go to the Discord, look at the SI Testimonials channel for Alexander PCs. You'll see people from APC actually in there replying to people, just stuff like that. It's super cool. Go check it out. And let that tell you if you're in the market for something that's around $1,000, or if you've got, you know, if you have a brother or sister or a child who needs a PC, or you need one, or your significant other needs one, they're going to have a lifetime warranty on a working PC for $1,000 starting with shipping included. It's bonkers. Okay. What else I got to tell you? So that's it. That's the whole video. I just really wanted to talk about this thing. Watch the last week's video if you want to get caught up on like rumors and stuff for 50 series cards from NVIDIA and the 9800X3D, which could be coming out early. Maybe it's not. It's really unclear, but we'll find out this month, and we will find out on the 10th of October when Arrow Lake CPUs are coming out from Intel. Both of those things are above the budget for a system like this. So this video exists on its own. This one right here is its own thing. If you're in the budget for $1,000 PC, I'm pretty much probably going to be directing a lot of people towards this thing until they're sold out. Remember this, it is not just about the PC. When you're buying a pre-built, it's not just about the computer. It's about the ownership experience. And that sort of confidence you can have, that sort of peace of mind you can have when you know that you don't just have a great guarantee warranty, but you know that other people have come in and said many, many times, yeah, they back this up. This is legitimate. They mean it. So that's what that's about. Ownership experience and sort of quality of life stuff like that. Just keep that in mind before you throw your money at a company. Anyway, and don't mind the big old green screen. It's pre-built, rebuilt stuff. I'm still kind of working out the wrinkles of this thing to try and get it really perfect for filming stuff. It's exciting stuff. It all got delayed for a very long time because of very many reasons, but we're finally coming around, and it is finally going to be right there in your notifications box. Be sure to get subscribed. Click the bell. Give me a high five right there. Okay, don't hit your screen too hard. It's happening. We're doing this. And I'm very, very, very excited. That wasn't even enough varies. I cut myself off, but I'm also cutting this episode off. Thank you for watching, everyone. And until the next one, take care.